subscribe button, click the like button. I'm over here today talking about, by the way, I'm on my lunch break. I'm over here talking about the David Benavidez versus the David Morrell fight, which is a really, really good fight that's taking place this weekend, this Saturday. Tune in. This is a fan-friendly, hardcore boxing fan, a delight and a tasty dish for real hardcore boxing fans. This is the fight that David Benavidez is taking with David Morrell, because David Morrell right now is a very, very, very great um, opponent, and he is the WBA, I think, regular champion. And this is an opportunity for David Benavidez to finally prove all the doubters wrong, that he's better than Canelo Alvarez, that Canelo Alvarez is definitely not on the same level as David Benavidez. This fight right here is going to prove it, even though I feel like he's already proven that he's way better than Canelo. He's in his prime. Canelo has avoided a fight with David Benavidez for the past 3 years, and it's obvious that Canelo wants to have the easiest fights possible, fighting the likes of Edgar Berlanga and Jaime Munguia, because they actually went to the negotiating table not too long ago, David Benavidez with Canelo, is Canelo's team, and actually when they actually came to the table to do a negotiation for the fight, they offered, you know, the most money that they offered David Benavidez was $5 million. And David Benavidez, he said yes, he agreed to it. So they were trying to see if they can price themselves out of the fight, Canelo's team. But when they realized that he's not in for the paycheck, he's willing to take the minimum money possible, David Benavidez. So it's not all about the paycheck, it's about proving that he's the greater fighter, and proving that he's the best, because he knows that everything is going to come afterwards, after you take that minimum 5 million, and Canelo takes the 30 million, which he was willing to do that. But Canelo's team were trying to like price themselves out, and then when they saw that David Benavidez wasn't all about the money, he was focused more on taking less, way less, and just focusing on getting the fight. And as long as he gets the fight with Canelo and he beats Canelo, everything else is going to come later. So he doesn't. He proved Canelo wrong, that Canelo is avoiding the most dangerous, most challenging fights out there, and I feel like that was a way for him to like undermine David Benavidez, Canelo's team, and Canelo, by offering him 5 million and Canelo takes 30 million, like what he does with a lot of other fighters. So he figured maybe he'll price himself out. So at the same time, Benavidez was like, "No, I'll take the 5 million, and you take whatever, however much you want. I'll take the very minimal, because it's not about the money for him. It's mainly more about proving who's the best, and then eventually, later down the road, he will make the most money. But he's willing to take a little bit of money just to get the fight with Canelo, because Canelo's definitely avoiding the biggest, stiffest competition out there. He definitely wants to fight the easiest fights, because he knows that if he passes the torch to another Mexican, he's no longer going to be the face of boxing, and he knows that he doesn't have what it takes to beat a David Benavidez. He knows that, and pure hardcore boxing fans know this truth. So that's what happened, and they asked him, if you think that you're going to be able to get the Canelo fight, and how would you do it if you was to actually get the Canelo fight? Would you do it at 168 or catch weight, or at 175? And then the way David Benavidez responded, um, he responded by telling him that he's going to unify the titles after he beats David Morrell. He's going to unify the titles with the winner of Bivol and Beterbiev. And once he gets the 170-pound winner of that fight between Bivol and Beterbiev, he's going to be able to have more leverage with Canelo, and actually be able to get the fight done for the most money possible. And that's exactly right with him, because Canelo is the only way he's going to do it is if he has most money possible, because he's not willing to face David Benavidez and end his career with less money, but he's still making a lot of money with the other offer that they had, which was $50 million. That was the offer that they had on the table for David Benavidez versus Canelo. So yeah, I'm moving the phone down because it's overheating. But yeah, subscribe to my channel. Tony also knows boxing. Subscribe to my channel. click that like button. Don't be afraid to click that like button and subscribe. The fact that Canelo avoided the fight by trying to make David Benavidez overprice himself, and he didn't actually get to accomplish that because David Benavidez was accepted the $5 million, and Canelo's team still refused to fight because they thought that David Benavidez was going to ask for more money, and they didn't. So David Benavidez is the best 168 pounder, and once he beats the winner of Bivol and Beterbiev, he's gonna unify all the titles, and then they're gonna take the fight because there's gonna be a lot of money involved. That's what David Benavidez said. So that's how the fight is gonna work out. They're gonna probably get a catch weight to 173, 172 for the all the unified belts at 175 from David Benavidez if he beats the winner of Beterbiev and Bivol, which I believe David Benavidez is going to win. He's gonna be the victor, but he has to get through the David Morrell fight, and that fight is going to be very interesting because David Morrell is the better boxer between David Morrell and David Benavidez, and I feel like that fight is going to show what David Benavidez is made of, and it's also going to show what David Morrell is made of. It's a very equally matched fight, but I think David Benavidez is going to edge it out. It's gonna be a close decision, I think, for David Benavidez. And if David Benavidez actually stops David Morrell, which I don't know if that's going to be able to, if that's the tall climb, ladder to climb. But I feel like if he stops David Benavidez, then he's going to make a huge statement. Either way, he's going to make a huge statement depending on how dominant he looks or how skillful he looks in cutting the ring against David Morrell, because David Benavidez is known for cutting the ring and having a high guard. He doesn't get a lot of credit for his defense, but I truly believe that he has what it takes to win the fight with David Morrell. But that's a fight that Canelo avoided as well. Canelo has avoided all the smoke with David Morrell and David Benavidez, and now he has the audacity to talk about how good the fight is and who he thinks is going to win. And I think he's going for David Morrell. I just think he has an animosity towards David Benavidez. But the real question they should ask Canelo is why didn't you fight David Morrell or David Benavidez? Why is he the only one willing to fight the best while you trying to get the easy fights with Edgar Berlanga and Jaime Munguia, and making people go up and wait like Jamal Chellis, Amir Khan and Kell Brooks? He made all those people go up and wait. But yeah, subscribe to my channel. Tony also knows boxing. Subscribe to my channel. Tony also knows boxing. Check out my music on all major platforms as well. The Monumental Truth, Unite the Tribes. Check out my new albums coming out, Mi Patria and The Essence of Who I Am this year. So yeah, subscribe to my channel and tell me what you think. Who do you think is going to win the fight between David Morrell versus David Benavidez this Saturday? It's going to be a very, very great fight for the hardcore boxing fans. And tell me what you think about Canelo avoiding the smoke and not wanting to fight David Benavidez or David Morrell, which he should have taken those fights, especially with David Benavidez for the past 2 or 3 years. Subscribe to my channel. Tony also knows boxing. Subscribe to my channel. One love. Peace.